Hi, this is Slim Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And I continue with Painkiller, Blind. There's really not too much else to say, because as you can see, I was dropped right in the middle of some action. So let's just go ahead and hope I won't die too hard. He says as he blows himself up. Still don't know what the gold is used for. Is that really a weapon? No. It was just a stake gun, so... why was it represented as a whole another weapon if I already had it? Why not just ammo? I don't quite understand that, to be honest. You know, if I were to say something positive about this game, I would say the levels don't actually look that bad. Especially, you know, when you keep in mind that this is a 20-year-old game. They have a lot of what I would call artistic direction. You know, there's clearly it's not just a bunch of rooms slapped together. There's clearly some kind of an artistic intention behind them. So, you know. Yeah, like for example, look at this. Oh. Oh, okay, it has a health bar. Okay, so I guess that's an actual honest to God boss. Sure. I would rather not do it with 15 health, but I will do my best. Because the alternative is to start the level over, which I'm not really that inclined to do. So I guess my mission is to not die. if I die right now, it's going to be pretty frustrating, actually. So maybe I should take care not to blow myself up with explosives. Now, I guess I could pass the time by talking on about a subject that is kind of actually highly relevant to this game's subject matter, and that is the fact that I consider the idea of hell to be like deeply repugnant on a moral level. I'm not a religious person, but to be honest, specifically, well, for a number of reasons actually, but one of them is the fact that I do consider the very idea of hell existing to be deeply unjust and rendering the religion that espouses the existence of that hell to be unworthy of my following. Basically, my point is that, you know, infinite punishment is by definition wrong, because you can only do a finite amount of evil. Like, even if you're the worst sinner that has ever walked the face of the earth, it's still deeply wrong for you to be punished with infinite punishment, because regardless of where do you think, okay, I literally have one health, which is a problem. Regardless of where do you think the line lies for you having paid for what you have done, it lies somewhere, and past that point, you know, continuing to punish you is just sadism. It's pointless and wrong. And you know, what I think many people sort of don't dwell that long on is the fact that humans as a species, we're not really even equipped to understand the concept of eternity, because eternity is not a really long time, it's literally forever. Like, if you get punished by eternal torment, it's never going to end. It's impossible to even imagine it, because everything we do in life is finite. You know, we die after a time. And you know, our bodies and our minds deteriorate with time. Endless is a concept that we can at best understand theoretically, but we do not really feel it. And endless torment is such a travesty of justice that, you know, my position on religion is pretty much this. Even if God exists, I reject the worship of him because he threatens me with eternal pain if I do not bow down to him and worship him. And I feel like, to me, that in itself renders him unworthy of my worship. I refuse to, you know, I refuse to dignify a creature who has devised a universe in which the concept of eternal punishment exists with my attention, regardless of how implausible to me it is that a god even exists. For me, the question of... Okay, that's a problem. For me, the question of does God exist and the question of should I worship him are actually two separate questions. For me, even if he does exist, it's still not such a great idea to worship him. So there is that, and the premise of this game, as I said, is deeply nonsensical in its own right, because ostensibly I'm being hired by God to do his dirty work, but that makes no sense because he can do anything he wants. He's God. So if it turns out at the end that that angel who talked to me is actually a fallen angel, and I've actually have been hired by Lucifer, then that's actually a pretty decent twist that I will enjoy, because when you think about it, that's actually a pretty decent ploy, because according to Christian dogma, if anyone who is not in hell will eventually be in heaven. Purgatory is supposed to be temporary. It might take, untold millennia or whatever before the final judgment. But eventually, everyone who is not in hell will find himself in heaven. So theoretically, everything the protagonist needs to do to reunite with his wife, who's supposedly in heaven, is literally nothing. He just needs to wait until he has served his penance in purgatory. Whereas now I'm engaging in some kind of weird genocidal crusade against what is ostensibly demons, but then Satan is known as the Prince of Lies, so it wouldn't be out of character for him to deceive me. I'm engaging in a lot of violence, so if it is ultimately a ploy by Satan to ensure that I am actually not going to reach heaven, by sort of breaking the... Okay, I think the game expects me to drop down there, but I'm worried that might kill me. Oh well, you only live once. But by making me break sort of the terms of my purgatory parole, then that's actually a pretty cool plot development. I will feel pretty satisfied if they do it like this. Conversely, I will feel pretty unsatisfied if it turns out at the end that it is indeed it was indeed just a holy mission from God to slaughter the legions of Satan, the legions of Satan, and the game is going to end with some kind of a cheesy cutscene where I'm reunited with my wife in heaven. I literally have zero ammo for anything. Is this even salvageable? I'm not convinced. Let me take a look around. Maybe I'll find some ammunition. So far, this is my favorite weapon. It's basically a shotgun, but it works very well, given that most enemies just rush you you know, head on. Okay, I guess that's what I have. 24 ammo. It's a bit scarce, if you ask me. It's a pity I didn't collect it earlier, because now I will always need to go back for it when I die. Is there more? Whoa, 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 whoa. I still have 0 souls, and I don't know how to collect any more, or how to collect any at all. Kill the Necrogiant in less than 2 minutes. Okay, so I take it this is a boss. There's going to be a boss battle of some sorts. Sure. Oh, that's indeed a pretty gigantic enemy. To such a degree that he actually seems to break the face of reality itself, because parts of him are like being stretched onto the ends of the earth. Okay, I need to find more stakes. That seems to be the only weapon that's borderline effective. I must say, the breaking texture kind of takes a little bit away from the gravitas of this boss. Okay, give me more stakes. I have a feeling I'm going to die, but it's actually not that bad. This seems a pretty straightforward thing. So worst case scenario, I'll just need a couple more tries. There doesn't seem to be a lot of actual thinking. Oh, I guess I maybe spoke too soon because he just turned into a tornado. Where do I find more stakes though? It's kind of what I need in my life. I don't have to avoid those tornadoes again. Let me test something. Okay. This is valuable-ish information. So I guess the shotgun can be used against it. Actually, this is pretty crucial information. problem with the shotgun is though that obviously I do have to be pretty close for it to even register. But it's certainly something sort of worth at the very least investigating, and it changes my strategy a little bit, because at least I don't have to still don't really know how to avoid those tornadoes, but that's certainly a lot quicker actually. So I think I'll go more in this direction. Okay, I didn't kill him in under 2 minutes, but to be honest, at this point, I'm glad that I killed him at all, so I'll take this.
Ever wonder why there are graves in a place like this? Easy now. My name is Eve.
Good for you. What do you want?
I was told you're trying to hunt down Lucifer's generals and destroy his armies. Put that weapon down. I'm here to help.
Help?
I know a lot about these armies. I know their locations, and I know about the generals who lead them. If you're planning on destroying them all, you're gonna need my help.
And I should trust you because...
We don't have time for games, Daniel. You can feel I'm human. And I'm telling you, your map is no longer correct. Give it to me. Yeah. See, this horde has moved from here to somewhere up here. They're preparing for attack and are systematically moving into position. We don't have much time.
How do you know all this?
I've been here for much longer than you can even imagine. I know this place. I was among the first to notice the armies moving in, but obviously I couldn't stop them on my own. And that's where you come in. Rumors travel fast. They say you're quite the soldier.
Yeah, I can take care of myself.
Good. But before we go, you've got to know something. For starters, you're dead. You've been dead for nearly 30 years now. Not that time matters here. You're not in heaven, but you're not in hell either. You're here because of something in your past, and you're awaiting purification before you're allowed through the gates.
The gates are real? I understand where I am. That became clear the first time I had to defend myself against a demon. What I don't understand is why I'm here. I lived a good life. I just don't deserve this.
Well, I figured you understood where you are. Some mortals seem to have trouble grasping the notion that they're no longer alive. As for why you're here, I can't answer that. The secret must be in your past. I asked you a question. Have you ever wondered why there are graves in a place like this?
Actually, no.
Most mortals don't. You seem almost to expect them. We're in a world where mortal souls await purification. You can't die here. You're already dead. The body you're in right now is just holding your soul. However, while you wait, your soul can be taken by a demon and sent to hell. If you fall to a demon, you will go to hell. Likewise, once your time has come, an angel can release your soul and allow you entrance to heaven.
I've seen many fall to a demon. The flames are a pretty good indication of where they're going.
As the midway point between heaven and hell, Lucifer realized the strategic importance of this world quite some time ago, and has since created a means for his troops to enter undetected. We're not sure how he's doing it, but we know it's a slow process. It takes a considerable amount of time for each soldier to form. And this is why it's taken so long for Lucifer to amass an army large enough to attack. There aren't any bodies buried here. They use graves like these as their primary entrance into this world. However, it's not clear which graves are actually used. We've tried to find and destroy all of these entrances, but we haven't been successful yet. Anyway, you've got a lot to do and the clock is ticking. I'm gonna see if I can find out some more information about the other generals. I'll meet up with you later. Good luck.
Okay, to be honest, I don't think trusting someone that says being human in itself is a good enough reason to do it. And her name is Eve is such a great idea, because obviously if she is the Eve, then she's literally the reason why everything sucks forever. All for, taking that fruit of the tree of knowledge from literal Satan. Yeah, that, doesn't quite seem like a great idea to me. But and besides, isn't everyone in purgatory a human? That's literally what, well, I guess some of them are demons that are trying to invade, but usually most everyone is a human, because purgatory only exists for human. For human? for humans, is what I wanted to say. Okay, it's getting pretty late, and I'm pretty tired, so this is actually a perfect place to end this, because, okay, so there's about 5 levels per chapter. Although I guess there's 6 in this, so I guess it differs. It's getting pretty late, I'm getting pretty tired, so seeing how, yeah, I'm pretty sure it should save here, right? If I go back, prison, chapter 2. Okay, so that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!